Right, so quite a while ago, I posted up a version of Alphaville's "Big in Japan" of an arrangement I put together. Rather a grand term for me just messing about on the guitar, but I did a version of it, and somebody very kindly has commented on it and asked if I could do a tutorial. So what I'm going to do here is, I won't call it a tutorial. I'm the last person to be giving out advice on how to play guitar, but what I will do is talk you through how I put this particular song together. It's pretty generic to how I put any song together. It's a straightforward process. I'll tend to choose songs that I know very well, so that it reduces the learning curve, if you like, and avoids me having to read the music, because that's helpful because I can't read music. So I'll pick a song where I'm already relatively familiar. Occasionally I'll learn new songs that I've not heard before, but they're ones that, if you like, I'm already, even those ones, I get myself very familiar with them first. And the first thing I tend to do with them is just learn the basic underlying chords that I'm going to be playing to accompany. So if I was just singing the song, I'd be just playing the basic chords. So this particular song is nice and simple. That's why I like it. I like simple songs, and nice, easy chords. So the basic chord structure for "Big in Japan", there's an intro, which is also used as a bit of a break in the middle as well. There's a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. Now the intro stroke verse just use 4 chords, same 4 chords, and the pre-chorus chorus use 5 chords, which is the same 4 chords as the verse plus an extra one. So pre-chorus and the intro and the verse is very simply an E minor, a C. So I play the C with the top string down. It doesn't really matter. Plays normal C, so it's E minor, C, D, and B. As you see me playing later on, I'll sometimes do a B7 rather than a B. Sometimes that's because I think it sounds better, and sometimes I think it's because I'm just being lazy, because I actually find playing a B slightly more difficult than playing a B7 sometimes. So that's the intro. And that's also the verse. Winter city side, bits of crystal snowflake all around my head and in the wind. Okay, nice and simple. And relatively slow tempo, and it's relatively slow chord changes. Nice and easy. That's makes it nice and easy to play the song. The chorus just adds an extra little bit in on the end of that, and introduces the A minor into it. So when you get to the chorus, it's and the pre-chorus. You did what you did to me. Now it's history I see. I'm on the comeback on the road again. So after the same 4 chords as the verse, just adds in C, A minor, and a B7. And then the chorus itself. When you're big in Japan, alright, big in Japan, be tight, big in Japan, ooh, the eastern sea's so blue. So it's that same. Just those chords. So that's the first thing I will do in putting the song together is learn the chords and the cadence and the timing of the chords. And then I'll annoy everybody in the house by playing that over and over again whilst putting the words to it as well. The reason I do that is I need to work out exactly where the vocals sit against the chords, and where the melody is gonna sit when I sing it, because that's then what I'm going to be doing when I'm doing the solo guitar version, is just replacing my voice's version of the melody with the melody on the guitar. So I will sit and get the timings right. Winter city side, bits of crystal snowflake all around my head and in the wind. I had no illusion that I'd ever find a glimpse of summer's heat wave in your eyes. You'll notice while I'm doing that, whilst I said I'm just playing simple chords, once I've got the chords learnt, I very rapidly break them down and I'll mess about with them. All I'm doing, it's nothing. There's no rocket science. There's nothing clever in it. All I'm doing is arpeggiating the chord. No two will ever be the same. I could be hitting random notes all over the place, but it's just I'll do it rather than just playing the basic chords. And as I say, no two versions of it will be exactly the same because I'm just doing something to add a little bit more flavour to the song. So I've learned the song, I've learned the chords, I've learned where the words go. When I am doing the singing, I'm not doing anything other than that. But when it comes to the instrumental bit, where I am just doing it on the guitar, all I'm going to be doing is replacing my melody that I'm singing with playing it on the guitar. Now, because I'm lazy, I'll always try and find the melody on the bottom two strings if I can. This song, it works quite well. Some other songs it doesn't, and that will generally then just play around with moving the chords around until I get somewhere where I can actually play the melody relatively easily. This one, it falls quite naturally. So what am I doing? I'm Winter City Side. So I've got to mimic the Winter City Side on the guitar, and so what I'm doing is I'm finding that melody down there. The G, F sharp, and an E. Okay, that's all it is, and so the entire of the melody of the verse. So I'm dropping down at the B string to play. Yeah. So I'm playing D, C, and then B as the last bit of that. But that's all I'm doing. Now there I'm picking them individually. I have a little bit of a slide in there. I will slide if the chord shapes allow it. If not, then I'll just play the note. But what you will see when I'm doing the song, sometimes I'm actually hitting the notes, picking the notes separately. Sometimes I'll just pull off like that. I'll do a little pull off rather than it just again makes the note transition a little bit sweeter. If I remember to do it, sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. So I was playing the verse there, the intro. So it's just D's and G's and E's, D, G, E. Okay. And all I will then try and do is mesh that together. I try not to destroy the microphone. Mesh that together with also playing the chords at the same time. So, as you'll see, it nicely leaves those bottom two strings open. Now, obviously, if I'm playing the E minor, I can't be playing those with those. So, I have two of the fingers quite handily there to do it. So. So I'm just picking out that melody with those fingers. Without, if I take those the chord chip out of the way. Just using that on there. So let the E minor ring, then to the C. When I get to that bit, because it's the D of the accompaniment plus the G of the melody, so it's just playing a D sus4 effectively, and then down to a D sus2. But you're just trying to get the ring of the D ringing out, and then play the melody under it. And there's that little pull off before I go to the B7. So then you annoy your family and friends for hours while you get that bit worked out. And that's the first line. The second line, almost exactly the same, but it just finishes slightly differently. So it just slides up and then back down onto the B7. There, I'll lift off. Slide it back down there. I tend to not want to play the B7 using those two fingers though, which I'd rather be playing it with holding down those strings with those two fingers, because later on in the song, when I'm hitting the B7, I need to be also getting that G string in there to do the melody later on. So having that finger free is helpful. So if you can within the song itself, if you can make it easy for yourself by always playing it like that, then you don't have to remember that later on, if you don't do it, you're not going to have your middle finger ready. And then I'll practice that bit if I get that bit right. So, and that is that's the verse. As I said, the intro and the break, the only difference is that you're playing D's and into that as well. So if I can get it right. And then the rest of the intro is just the same as the verse. So that gives us and then all the way up to the pre-chorus. Now, the pre-chorus, as I said, is a slightly different chord structure and slightly quicker progression. So it's the bit that starts with, "You did what you did to me. Now it's history I see. I'm on the comeback on the road again." So you see, there's those 5 chords. You did what you did to me. So E minor to C. Now it's history I see. Yeah. And again, all I'm going to be doing is picking the melody. You did what you did to me. Now, as I've just demonstrated, when I'm singing it, you did what you did to me. When I'm picking it, I'm actually going to miss out that C. And go straight to the D, because while I'm picking it, in theory I should be changing the chord chip, but I want to let the E minor ring out, and you kind of don't need to put the C in there. And again, when I'm playing from there, I'm not going up to the B7 with a G. To be precise, I should be, but I'm sticking on the D because it's easier. So I'm missing out that bit of the chord chip, that bit of the chord progression as well. I've gone to the verse again. Sorry. And that's where I need the middle finger ready to play that G. Road again. Okay. When it's the second time through, there's an extra lift off there. Yeah, so it's that G, F sharp, E rundown. So I'm picking all that on the bottom string, one with that finger on there, one with the bar, so I lift, and again it'd be a pull off if I want to, and down at the open string. And all that while still holding the B7 shape, because when I come back up, I want to pull that on the upstroke. And that's the pre-chorus. Then it gets into the chorus itself. Now, I tend not to pick the harmony in the chorus because what I like to do with the chorus of this, to make it sound a little bit more like the original Alphaville version, is that it's not big, you know. When you're big in Japan, alright, big in Japan, be tight. So I could follow the same thing and try and. But the chords are just going to be a bit like that with that melody over the top of it. So. What I prefer to do is, in the original, it's kind of a little bit of a double hit, if you like, on the chords, which I tried to emulate with. So it's a squeeze. I'm taking the chord chip and then squeezing the top one or two notes and the bottom one or two notes. It sounds a bit vague because, to be honest, it is. It's never the same two times in a row. So I'm just squeezing those top and bottom notes, and then hitting one of the notes in the middle of the chord, either with the thumb on a downstroke or with the index finger on the way up. And again, you start to get a little bit of an arpeggiation creeping in when I was doing that as well. I'll do it more on the chord that I'm going to hang on, so that the last note, the last chord of the progression, I'll throw in a little bit of arpeggiation, just to fill the silence, if you like. I'll arpeggiate all over the place if you let me, but that gives it a little bit more of a feel of the original. And that's basically it. So the actual structure of the song, intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, break, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Then the last time through, you'd then play the chorus again and finish on an E minor flourish. But I only do the instrumental bit of it right around the intro and one verse and the break itself in the middle. Other than that, I'm singing and therefore not having to worry about all this nonsense up here. So you put that together and again annoy all your friends and family for hours on end while you practice to get that working together. And then you put a video together and take about 27 or 28 takes before you get a version where you don't mess it up every time you do it. And hopefully you get a result that you're happy with. I mean, I'm quite pleased with this song. It's nice, easy chords. The song works quite nicely, and it's easy for me to pick out the melody on the top couple of strings. So all of those things come together with this one quite nicely. Within the chorus itself, you can then start messing about. You know, if you don't want to play the E minor there, you know, go up the neck. You know, you can bring a little bit of extra flavour up by bringing it up there. But for the basic song, you don't need to stick down here. And that's basically it. Hopefully that's given you a little bit of insight into how I put this particular song together and how I put generally most of my interpretations together. Start with the song I know, learn how to sing it, learn the chords, learn how to sing with the chords, and then work out how I can put the melody over the top of it when I need to. And I hope that's been useful for you. Let me know. Cheers.